Welcome to SEO Talk Spaces, where today we are going to decode what's next in search, content, and AI because there's a lot of information that was shared during Google I/O that happened probably just a little less than a week ago. And there was enough conversation around AI overviews, Project Astra, Gemini, and so many stuff, right? So much stuff that people have been keeping the entire SEO thread across every platform's pretty busy. So whether you are a strategist, a marketer, a SEO professional, or a content creator, this episode probably will try to decode some of the information and figure out what probably is the way forward. So let's get started from there on. And the first question, right? Usually the simplest one. So which update probably you found might impact SEO the most after the entire Google I/O?
I think so. With the announcements and the way things are moving, it's pretty clear that um, all the SEO folks out there, SEO professionals, will have to go through a major shift. And with all the new updates, for sure, it's pushing away the traditional blue links from the SERP further down, and that clearly means that um, brand owners, website owners want to focus on organic channel. um, they have to think beyond the 10 blue links and optimize their content for inclusion within AI summaries. So that's where we are heading, and this was the major kind of announcement.
Okay, sorry, I was on mute. Isha, Deepak, if you probably have read something and you want to share what probably might be the most impactful one.
For me, I think the whole. I mean, they clearly said now the search whole experience is changing. It's moving from. I mean, overall, because there were three combination of updates which I feel like now the complete search ethics have been changed. One was uh, search overhaul, where they clearly said that it will be more AI driven. I mean, and even the queries will be. So previously we were already struggling for, we still doesn't have any data in terms of voice search kind of queries. Now it's like AI driven prompts which people will be searching for, and the responses will be that. So we're not very sure how exactly the ecosystem will be. Second is major update, which I felt like even the shopping experience which they are now providing will change the whole e-commerce industry on how, because search itself, you don't have to, like, I mean, as a brand, anyone doesn't have to come to my brand to buy it. Google is giving the experience where you can directly buy things there. So that again was a very different. I mean, that again will change the whole search mechanism is what I would say is changing. So uh, uh, that's the second one which I feel can impact uh, in that space. Uh, yeah, so, I think these two is what I remember. They were, I mean, of course, every update was almost like wow, okay, and I'm just waiting for how soon Google is going to be next chat GPT, because I don't know, maybe they'll just remove it and they'll just, okay, you just get an answer to your queries, is what they'll be focusing on. And in that whole struggle, which brand comes up will, like, the brand, I mean, and I completely agree to parts that organically the things will be changed. And one more thing which I remember in their in this, where they say that it's contextual. They clearly openly said that it's contextual. Now every search, every person will have a different ranking. So ranking has been gone. That was clearly visible in that event. They said that what you are seeing, what I'm seeing, will be based on my historical data and my interests. So everything, I mean I'm just looking forward to how the change and the ecosystem will be now. What kind of new renaming and new branding and marketing the SEO agencies need to. I think that's what I'm now looking for.
And that's a very nice point, actually, because the way the entire thing has been announced, probably, and I guess we talked about it in last episode and few episodes back also, is like the entire behavior of us as SEO professional also has to change. It's not just aligning to say the user search pattern or whatever, but how we take up projects or how we consult our customers itself has to kind of undergo a 360-degree change. Because and as I read through it further in terms of the announcements and the impacts, like you rightly mentioned, it's going to be more like conversational uh, queries that is going to come. So you kind of just have a conversation with a Google search engine, just like probably what you do on your Chat GPT or any other kind of platforms. And that's where say everyone wants to mature the entire search pattern, etc. And that's a lot more, right? The AI overviews, the impact of say your uh, say search history, etc. Impact of say zero click searches, and also there's so many stuff that we can probably talk about that is going to impact the entire the way search as an industry functions. And finally, on the e-commerce bit that you rightly mentioned, right? So AI powered virtual try-ons and product comparison and all those stuff. So many things that we can probably uh, talk about and going to change. We can go on and on about it, but yeah, let me pause here and say, Deepak, if you have anything to say, and I think Chintan, you are also there if you want to come on the stage, and then I have Amritanshu also. So yes, guys, if you want to come on the stage, share your thoughts and what updates were kind of very critical from your point of view. Deepak?
Hi, good evening. I think one of the basic basic thing that have changed since we had Chat GPT doing similar things, providing information, but still it had very less market share of searches. Now, since Google has started transforming itself, this is the time we should give up on informative traffic, like the traffic that you could drive through your blog posts. So this is, I think, the major shift that has happened, and we should look beyond the traffic.
Nice, good point. So, but again, so my basic point also comes back to the same thing in terms of content creation, right? So, do we focus on short, snackable content, which answers user queries or something like that, or we still focus on say long form content which probably answers or takes any topic into details, and the likelihood of your content uh, getting repurposed by AI or use also increases. Again, throwing out a point here, Chintan. Sorry, Path, you unmuted yourself, you want to say something.
Yeah, Chintan, you can go first and then I'll go. Yeah, no worries.
तो अभी ये है कि लास्ट जो बटन चेंजेस हुए हैं जो आईओ में अनाउंस कि जो सर्चेस के बटन है वो चेंज हो रहे हैं, जैसे कि यूएस में अभी इम्प्लीमेंट हुआ है कि आप जब सर्च करोगे तो एआई का ही बटन आएगा, जो सर्च का बटन था ना वो। तो अभी जब इंडिया में वगैरह दूसरे कंट्रीज में जब लॉन्च होंगे तब उसमें ज्यादा डीप आएगा, क्योंकि वो सर्चेज ही चेंज हो जाएगा। अभी तक क्या होता था, आप सर्च करते थे गूगल के वो रिजल्ट आते थे 10 रिजल्ट एंड बाद में ऊपर ऐड आती थी। बट जब ये बटन ही चेंज हो जाएगा, इज अ मेजर शिफ्ट मुझे लगता है ये।
Absolutely. Parth?
Yep. So I think so. The way Google, like the SERP is changing, and I think so. We should. We all know how Instagram works, how YouTube works, and how these platforms have evolved in last 5 years since COVID. Um, so what has happened is we do not get any direct traffic from Instagram, and the easiest way to crack Instagram is obviously everyone will start with short form videos first and then probably move to long form and then probably uh, get some bits and pieces from that long form video which has worked really well and put it again in a short form. So the idea is content creators who want to dominate on Google, Bing, they love to think in snackable, quotable, and factually rich content formats. That's for sure. And Google clearly seems to be pulling those quotes, small paragraphs, details from your content, which is kind of very well structured and with provided data sources. And it should have proper authority clarity, and then only it pulls it off. So citations are also required. So looking at these things like organic social media strategists who have been there, who have been working in the Instagram, in the world of Instagram and YouTube, they know what branding is, they know how to produce content, they know how to have those hooks, how to have those engagement metrics in order to rank in Instagram algorithm. Although it's a whole different thing, but I'm trying to set a benchmark and kind of relate to an analogy where we'll have to think in that direction only. And if we specifically look at uh, the presence of organic traffic, like overall the organic traffic is going to decline. But if we look at brand marketers, they chase the share of voice on TV ads. Okay. So now as SEOs, we need to measure share of attributed influence value. Uh, it's very fantastic term coined by Mike King from iPool Rank. He shared an article today on LinkedIn, and this particular attributed influence value is kind of is going to be an awareness and awareness metric, to be honest, like from brand building perspective. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting time ahead on how we uh, reshuffle our KPIs, how we look at SEO as a not as driving clicks, but overall brand awareness channel.
Wow, that was very nice. Anyone has a thought here to add? Yes, Deepak, please go ahead.
Parth, can you please share the article that you have just mentioned? Uh,
Sure. Let me. I think so. He might have tweeted as well, so I'll pin the tweet. Yeah.
Yeah, Isha, please.
Okay, so Malal, coming to your point, I think, I mean, I I know Path basically talked about more of actionable content, but here I would say, I mean, I might still go with the standard old practices which might work. So one is, now we need to, I mean, we need to work on the simple strategy of getting ourselves rank on AI overviews now. Now, why? Which are the sites which are coming on AI overviews? One is uh, they have unique content, they have in-depth content, they have, and second important thing is they have a proper authoritative links and references adding to it. So it's, so now the content has to be the content strategy has to be blend of all, is what it will work. It's not just, so I mean, I'm not, honestly I would still say that let's wait and watch how things goes, because currently in the AI overviews they just show 5-10. Now if they're going to just completely remove below 10 links, how long are they going to have the responses, what kind of references they are adding to it? But if they're just predominantly going to just pick up those selective ones, and those selective ones again will be different for every individual, so then we need to see that what kind of content is getting listed there to take any action. Because right now if you if you observe the links which are coming in AI view reference, I have not seen any short form articles. I've usually seen those are like, mentions. Like, I mean, there are multiple long form articles in which there is a small in which out of which the small snippets have been pulled out in the one piece. So so let's see how it goes, because authoritative is another thing. And I was just discussing with another marketing person. So there are, we should say, there are two coins of this whole scenario, and we were basically talking about, now they have said that they have said that the responses will be very personalized, the search is contextual. So we were just thinking that from SEO standpoint, yes, it's difficult for us to track the ranking, but from maybe the performance side, it's I mean, a brand guy only told me that, don't you think that it's becoming more better for me, because I know that these are the audience to whom I have to target, and these are the, and they are, because they know that these are the people who search for these kind of things. They will ensure that the I mean, they show my ads to these kind of people. So it's I mean, of course, Google is moving out of their base philosophy, don't be evil, but I feel that this shift might be uh, 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 could be a very good thing, how they use it from ads perspective, if they use the same methods for ads as well.
No, very fair point. And yeah, I know we spent a lot of time on the first one, but interestingly, the next point was basically expanding the same point in terms of uh, Google emphasized much more on AI overviews. So, what really happens to the visibility in the SERP layout, right? So AI overview is getting expanded. What really happens, right? So now, how would you even classify or optimize for rankings, if I have to put it that way?
I mean, I think in the update and in the forums, people are clearly saying after this we should stop looking for ranking.
Absolutely. But and that's fair. So is ranking no more a factor we should be, say, as a SEO professional, tell to our customers, or or the stakeholders, or we still say, okay, there are rankings, but let us focus on how to get our content optimized for AI overviews or LLMs or something similar.
Mm, if I try to answer that, I think so. Keyword rankings as a reporting KPI does not hold value in 2025 from now on and beyond. But overall, if we look at the overall analysis, like the citations that are being drawn in the LLM answers are still the results ranking on page one in top five, top three. So traditional SEO is not going anywhere. But A, keyword ranking is losing its ground as a reporting metric. B, the exact match keyword chasing that we used to do, kind of use it in title, descriptions, and H1s and internal links and all of that, heading tags. I think so. That has already lost its significance. Now, what matters more is topical coverage, entity relationships, uh, cosine similarities, semantic depth, and all of those semantic SEO. So, because we are moving from the world of lexicals to semantics, and how well our content addresses the intent rather than just matching those keywords or strings of keywords. So I think so. Yeah, that's where we are moving, but it's still like uh, we have all the ingredients in front of us, but we don't have the perfect recipe yet. That's how we are standing at this point of time.
Yep, totally agree. Yeah, Isha, Chintan, Deepak, you want to add something? Okay, I'll move to the next one. In that case, this one was a short one. We did not have too much debate on this. But again, Parth, I'll just expand your point because it comes around the entire strategy part of it, right? So, traditional keyword targeting would become less relevant. Would that be the right statement to make right now?
Yes, totally. So while doing the research for content, so from grounds up research, keywords are still relevant. Like you theme your topics based on keywords and all of that. But the traditional on-page SEO with keywords and all of that will not make sense. So yeah.
What happens to backlinks? Yeah, Isha, sorry, before you go ahead. Yeah, go. See.
No, I mean, I would say that let's just wait on how users behaves, and then let's decide on how things goes. Because I mean, again, it's again an engine where which is going to be I mean, which will need data to constantly mature themselves. So and long tail keywords was always a kind of a debatable thing. Voice search keywords were also always like a debatable thing. I mean, I 100% agree to Path's point that yes, it is more of contextual. It is also more about tropical, and I think this last 1.5 years we are already moving towards this ecosystem, like where we are now. We are no more. I mean, we this 1.5 year people are pushing that, in the SEO industry you should stop thinking of keyword as an individual, start thinking of themes, start thinking of these things as collective points. So the shift was already started almost a year back. Now it's like they have rolled out, so we got to used to it. But yes, I mean, previously we always used to say that keyword is a base. Keyword research was our, kind of a foundation of an SEO campaign. Now we might need to think of I mean, what I was personally thinking, and this again is completely my perspective. I could be right, I could be wrong. What I was thinking of that now, it's not about keywords game. It is about users intent game. Now you need to think of what what who are your customers, what is their general behavior of searchability, what is their general behavior in term. I mean, what do they do if they want to land to this? It's just like what kind of problems they are searching for, what kind of uh, not even if I mean, apart from problems, what kind of insights they're searching for, and basis on that you need to create your strategy.
Yes. So just before I answer the backlink question you asked, Malarbai, I will just add a couple of things. Yeah, Deepak has also raised. Just one moment, Deepak. I'll just quickly answer a couple of things.
Take
So,
your time.
if yeah, if we are following the recent update, earlier we could search only up to 32 words queries into Google search. Now that has been expanded to 2048 characters. That is kind of close to 340 words probably we can search overall. So that's a clear indication that now it's not Google search based on query, it's Google search based on strings, based on how we are searching on LLMs. Because if Google is restricting users, they are bound to go to LLMs, Perplexity or Chat GPT or Gemini, whatever. Gemini is obviously part of Google's ecosystem, but they want users to stick to Google search engine, normal one, and ask any kind of long term, long phrase questions with the voice option or whatever they are comfortable with, and they don't want to limit them. And obviously, they are showing the Gemini out there as well, like the AI overviews. And to answer about backlinks, I think so. For a lot of commercial and transactional terms, still exact match keyword based backlinks with a variation of some backlinks with some variations of having the keyword in the same sentence, but as we keep on distributing the anchor text like click here, sometimes we have some variations. So all in all, the bottom line is for transactional and commercial, the exact match keyword still will matter, but overall we are moving towards brand mentions, citations, so we don't need to link. Even no follow linking is getting more relevance. It's been there, I've been telling this for 5 6 years now, but it has got more significance. And yeah, that's pretty much. Yeah, Deepak, you wanted to add something?
I think Parth has already answered the question. The point that I was trying to make. Uh, Basically, I tried a few weeks ago to ask a long form question and ask the LLM to search the web. And then I asked which phrase or query did you search on the web. Then it gave me, you know, 2 3 queries like keywords. So yes, keywords have become less relevant, but it still have some significance, like common sense keywords, you can say, that you can use semantically, thematically, whatever you want to say in this. So yes, it has negative and positive points both.
Yes, Isha, please go ahead.
So to answer the backlink one, of course, I agree with few things which were, I mean, most of the things what Path have said. I just wanted to, I mean, and that's my sense that now in the backlinks also they are moving towards um, intentional. So, for example, if you're linking, what exactly is that blog, which is that blog is talking about, and the link which you are talking about. So now it's like a correlation, which when we are right now working on our internal linking. Also, we work on the correlation, not just from the keyword perspective, but also from the intents and the users perspective. That could also be one of the thing which I feel uh, is going to be important. And it's not just, and I feel it's not just about just keyword based backlinks, but even your presence on that particular paragraph, because it's not about you know uh, uh, if there's a hyperlink, what it is talking about, it is about what is the paragraph which has been talked about, and in that paragraph this reference has been given, and whether this reference is relevant to what was being talked about is going to be very important now. And second is, of course, industry, and that's why even this no follow one, which path was clearly stated, where uh, which I mean, nowhere Google has directly told us, but most of the SEO professionals have seen this, that if it's a high quality backlink coming from a relevant website, maybe coming from a very authoritative website, and it's a no follow, still it gives some level of credibility to the website. So I feel that it's like, apart from not just keyword, but importance of where you are linking is also going to play a very important role now.
Yeah, early in the days, what used to happen is there were, before 2017-18, like there were specific authoritative websites, and like you get backlink from that there, and is the uh, DA and PR, so the domain authority and the page rank. So the link juice follows. So there was a clear directive by Google that you had a do follow, you had a no follow. But Google's algorithm updates followed, and like it's been so smart that even if your backlink is a no follow backlink, but if there is referral traffic flowing through a no follow link, that backlink is more important than a do follow link where there's no referral traffic flowing. So it's pretty clear and straightforward that the relevance should be there. The backlink that you're pointing to should be helpful enough that a user should click on that particular link. They should find it contextually relevant. So that is very very important. And I think so. The folks who have been doing white hat outreach based link building have been following this thing for last quite a few years. So it's been helping for sure.
No, fantastic. So I'll go back to the point that you earlier also mentioned around the inter-entity relationship, and because a part of it was alluded by Deepak also and Isha also, in terms of how do you say develop your content keeping in mind some of the base keywords and then semantically relevant say extensions of that. So how does it really help, right, in terms of say building not just a keyword strategy but understanding the entire entity relationship strategy? And how many SEO professionals do you think today will be able to graduate to that level in terms of, okay, I just don't want to focus on keyword strategy, I've been doing that for past 5 years, but now that's probably gone, I need to understand the entire entity relationship part.
I think so. There are very few folks out there who are kind of laying out their whole strategy on the semantic SEO thing. Very few brand owners and website owners. There are indie bloggers and indie hackers who are ranking websites for affiliate or uh, drop shipping or all of that. They are very active in the semantic SEO world of things. But I would say it's a clear. Earlier, we used to do keyword density and all of that. It's kind of a similar concept, but how many entities are you optimizing in your content? What is the frequency of those entities? And obviously, it should be relevant enough. And there's a whole mathematical formula, mathematics attached to it. So it's like, what is the cosine similarity, what is semantic relevance, and whatnot. There are 4 to 5 different terminologies, but at the end of the day, it's a clear math problem, and you need to make sure you need to create the right balance between the quantity and understanding of topics and how you establish the entity relationship along with your overall topical coverage, like the topics you are going to cover. So I think so. Now, semantic SEO is like starting from 2025. Semantic SEO is becoming easily consumable. Like every other SEO out there can easily understand, and now they can practice it because it's in front of us. LLMs out there, the citations, AI overviews, and all of that. So it's important now, and at the end of the day, we don't have a choice now. Like we have to move in that direction. And the lexical, the query based, the keyword based search is will almost get vanished in next couple of years, probably by 2027. So yeah.
Wow, that's some dangerous predictions, if I can say. Uh, but well covered. Isha, Chintan, Deepak, if you want to add something.
I would say, Path, that was way too technical. So maybe you need to simplify things. But Malar, when you asked that question, the only thing which came into my mind was, oh, this is such a visual thinking. Because more than SEO professional, even I mean, uh, it's so difficult to convince the clients. It's so difficult even to I mean, if you are a brand person, it's so difficult to convince your owners or the founders how this ecosystem is changing and how do they need to change from keyword approach to uh, this semantic approach. It's actually very difficult right now to uh, I mean, this shift at this point of time. See, I would say that more than the people who are established, the younger ones who are at least right now at the early stage, the rather early adapters are actually moving into that line, because for them there's a room for experimentation. But the people who are at the established stage, it is very difficult for them or for us to make this change.
No, I completely agree. Yeah, Chintan, Deepak, if you want to, if you have a thought, probably you are much more younger than me, so I'm sure you probably would have some different thought or different approach. But some of us who have probably gone through the age of entire, uh, see, optimization based on keywords, focusing on rankings, use various tools, uh, the change is probably much more difficult, and that's where I was trying to allude. In terms of how you can stay probably not even ahead of the curve, but stay just on the curve, because some of us, I guess, would probably much behind the curve at this point of time in the way the entire search as an industry is changing, or how Google is probably optimizing its own algorithms. So how can probably someone just stay right in the curve at this point of time? Because a lot is changing. Any thoughts? You're talking, you're on mute.
Um.
I mean, sorry.
Yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I would say that, I mean, like the way right now we are doing it, it's just that you're following the right people. You are staying updated, and I think the most important thing. I mean, I'm personally right now when I'm dealing with SEO resources, or when even I'm right now interviewing people, and even talking to people in the industry. I think one of the major uh, thing before even we talk about learning these things, we need to have this mindset shift, which not everyone is ready to have that. So the mind shifts. So the first thing which we need to work on is the mindset shift, because I'm like right now here, we all are at the SEO Talk event, and maybe most of the people are agreeing with whatever we are talking about. If you go to some other spaces, or if you go to some other places where there will be people who maybe have the half cooked knowledge of SEO, or rather they are just early bird practitioners, or they have learned it differently. They might not agree with most of the things which we are talking about. They will, I mean, people are still in the delusion phase that they feel like, okay, oh no, nothing is going to change. It's just that the 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 search, like the Google is just talking about it, but still the fundamentals will be same. So which I feel like right now is the time where actually fundamentals are also changing. So I mean, people need to start accepting that the fundamentals are changing. So how are you going to, adapt to this shift in the fundamentals? So is what. So I would say first is mindset, and second is, of course, you, if you are following right set of people, and if you are ensuring that you're updated, and if you're also ensuring that your mindset is that you're learning new thing daily. So yeah, so then you're being updated.
Yep, 100% agreed to what Isha mentioned here, and I think so I'll add a couple of pointers to carry on the conversation. It's important. So now we, at this point of time, we don't know the exact way to optimize for LLMs. Like, we know the ingredients, we are still figuring out the recipe and all of that. But how do we strike a balance? Like for our existing clients, like A, we can't stop doing our traditional SEO. B, we cannot directly move to the new one. So it's important to kind of adapt to the new changes that are happening really quickly and try to understand the KPIs, the attribution, and everything. At the same time, the concerning part is if you're working with a client for like last 3 years, these are the KPIs, these are the conversion numbers over a period of like last 3 years. Now, the bottom line is obviously revenue and conversions for any client. So, whether you do traditional SEO, whether you do the new age AEO, GEO, answer engine, generative, and whatever. But at the end of the day, what matters is conversion. So, uh, let's not confuse our clients that these are the new things happening and impressions is the new KPIs. But take a 10,000 feet view picture and try to look at avenues where we can make sure that the conversion numbers don't go down, and come up with uh, creative content formats and all of that. So that's very much important, I think so.
No, I'll go back to one of the point that Isha mentioned is how do I actually interview people at this point of time? Because do I look for mindset? Do I look for skills? Because what skills, and rather, what skills should I look for, right? So, how are you guys managing that part? Because today, say if I talk to my content writer, probably they are still thinking, okay, I will do say the entire say content research, I mean keyword research, blah blah blah, and still that is the mindset that is there. How soon they should be able to change that?
Oh, this is very interesting and a burning problem at this point of time. Yeah, I think so. Judging a candidate from skill set point of view would be not the right approach. Uh, Obviously, the overall mindset and how the candidate is following the recent updates. There are a couple of things that has not changed. So if you look at from off-page SEO standpoint, if they have been doing white hat outreach-based link building, then they can easily learn digital PR, and digital PR is the new age kind of link building. So A, we can check that. B, technical SEO, JavaScript based SEO, CSR, SSR, client side rendering, and server side rendering, and all of that. So these concepts also don't change in the new age of SEO. The only thing that matters is the how they are adapting to the updates, and I think so. All the traditional on-page SEO related questions doesn't matter. So checking if they are curious enough to learn and adapt, uh, if they have got those characteristics, that would really matter. And the overall problem solving ability and curiosity to check SERP and try to understand how the landscape is changing. So that's very important, I think so.
Sure. Nice playbook. Isha, Chintan, Deepak, what would
I,
probably your
I, I would say that, I mean, I 100% agree what Parth is saying, but I would again say that yes, it's the most burning topic at this point of time, and even what requirements, what Parth is actually talking about, uh, was making sense when millennials were there. With the Gen Z attitude and having this kind of mindset is another bigger difficult difficulty which we are right now facing. So, I mean, even I'm right now, honestly, Malhar, I'm right now also figuring it out. What is the best way? Should we, change the service line? Should we change the processes? Should we change? Uh, 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 that's one thing is 100% sure that we have to stop hiring people from the skill set perspective, because skill sets can be developed. Mindset is what we need to focus on. But apart from that also, I feel as an organization we might need to maybe we might need to rethink on how as an organization we want to create our processes, or rather we want our resources to think of. Because what I have understood, and I've studied and met a lot of people, and what I've understood, one thing is that not all will come up with everything. There are hardly 20% of people which really think of that line. But there's a whole 80% of crowd who can work, but it's just that you need to get the work done. So if we are, so I think here the most important thing which we might need is maybe rethinking the whole resource alignment kind of a thing. Maybe we will need more technical people, maybe we'll need more automation oriented people. Like right now you must have also seen that a lot of agencies are working on AI automation, where a lot of work of these executives are being taken care by workflows itself, and the job is to ensure that those workflows are constantly being modified and worked on. So I think maybe we need to relook into both the aspects, human and tech, both. Because one is, yes, like getting this candidate with this mindset is a difficult thing. Second is, now technology is getting advanced. How are we going to utilize the technology also to make things easier? So we have to have a blend of both.
wonderful. Chintan, Deepak, आपका कोई playbook है?
Currently, we don't know what need to be done. So how can we judge the people? I mean the candidate. But one thing that Path has mentioned, that the one should have the curiosity to learn and have some basic knowledge of technical issue, that is going to remain almost same. I mm, uh, I would say. And the person you know must be ready to adapt to new things. So these are few things that need to be seen in a candidate.
Absolutely. No, wonderful. Okay, let me squeeze in the last question probably, and this again goes little back on the topic in terms of say if you recollect the entire conversation. Also, there was a point where uh, say the team at Google mentioned about deeper integration of Gemini into search, which probably I guess it's released in UK or are released in US and about to be released at other places. So, uh, how do you think that might impact the entire results that we see? Would do you see a lot more personalized or contextualized results similar to LLM coming up as we go forward? What do you see the impact there as Gemini integrates into search?
Um, there are two things about it. A good takeaway and a bad takeaway. Good takeaway is uh, with Gemini in search, results will become more contextual, and because that particular user is logged into their own Gmail, so whatever search history that particular user has done on their browser, Play Store, Gemini, YouTube. So a lot of personalized content will be shown. And this clearly means that the content just does not need to be optimized, but truly helpful and flexible across the uh, search journey. Now, the thing I mentioned, bad thing and good thing, bad thing is like we'll have to do more and more research about a particular group of people. So until now, SEOs used to come up with very normal, superficial uh, helpful content, to be honest. But if we look at the performance marketing guys, they used to do a lot of research before launching a particular ad campaign, and they keep on learning, add negative keywords, do a lot of retargeting, all of that. But now the bad thing is like we have to do more detailed research about our audience for whom we are writing content, and we have to generalize a couple of things. Now, to do research, we'll have to use tools like SparkToro. The company launched this thing by Rand Fishkin, SparkToro. It's been there for like 4 or 5 years now. So SparkToro provides a lot of insights about a particular set of audience, where they are present, what questions they are asking, what content they are consuming. Are they consuming podcast content or whatever? Like, so we get a lot of those bits and pieces of information, and based on that, we'll have to generalize using the Pareto principle 80/20, and then write content, because we don't know personalized search history of the target audience. But like on a larger scale, like we'll have to generalize things and then write content. uh yeah, that's the bad takeaway from it. And the good part is like now, because we do all of this research, there are chances that the targeted content is highly likely to convert, if you've done the research in the right way with the right tools.
Only thing is, are the tools mature enough to understand all the changes? Because what I feel is some of the tools are uh, still looking at your keyword ranking and all those stuff only. So with all the change coming in, uh, what happens to their business is also to be seen. What do you think?
My prediction is wild. Like I was just thinking about it last Friday, and I think so. The revenue of Ahrefs and SEMrush is going to plummet. Like it's going to go down. I've been consulting a couple of clients where they had a team of like 30 members team, 40 members team, and uh, they were subscribed to Ahrefs Enterprise and SEMrush Enterprise Solution. Um, but now they have laid off 80% of the team, so they don't need those extra 30-40 seats. They just need 5 6 seats for 5 6 members. A B While SEOs are trying to automate a bunch of workflows, they're trying to use N8N or Gumloop or whatever, and using that they're integrating the Ahrefs or SEMrush API. Now the API costs are like crazy, and where is SEMrush and Ahrefs sourcing their data from? It's Clickstream and data for SEO. So their API is also available. So now SEO workflows can be automated from the source directly, and that is 10x more affordable than the APIs on Ahrefs and SEMrush, because earlier they had a fantastic UI UX and people were uh, kind of stuck there. But now, because everyone can automate and explore things, things are going to change. And yeah, two of my clients are looking forward to downgrade their subscription from enterprise to normal, like 400 $500 subscription, rather than paying $1,500 a month. Everyone is saving on costs for sure. So it's going to be an interesting time, and SEO toolkit is going to widen with tools like Spark Toro, and directly using these data sources, clickstream and data for SEO. So yep, that's what I'm predicting. Let's see how it goes. And the monopoly of these tools is that they have to reduce their prices, or like they will have to come up with creative solutions to make sure to retain their existing customers. And I think so. All in all, like just to add one more line, SEMrush is playing a little smart game here. They are now focusing on onboarding enterprise clients with their AI features. So they are expanding really well compared to Ahrefs, who had specific boutique users who are looking for specific data points, rather than SEMrush is having a holistic approach for the enterprise clients. So yeah, it's interesting times ahead.
No, definitely. And it was a wonderful conversation. I know we are little over time now. I also wanted probably to touch upon the project Astra, which was touted during the IO, but unfortunate we have run out of time, and so maybe we'll keep that for the next one. But I guess I can call this a wrap on today's episode. And if Google is changing the rules of search, it is up to us now how we should change and show up, stay curious, stay visible, and stay ahead. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. Thank you so much for sharing your thoughts. And it is always lovely having this conversation.